Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and we are going to be starting another video here. So please be sure you like, comment, and subscribe to so you don't miss any future videos like this one. So, the first stop when I started making a trip to Plant City, but as soon as I heard the defect detector, I had to rush over to Frontage Road Crossing though, because apparently G575 was actually crossing over the defect detector, so I only had like a couple minutes to spare to catch him here. So we're coming up to the crossing right now. This is my perfect opportunity to catch him at this crossing because I don't think anyone has filmed this crossing except me. So enjoy this video. Here we go. Alright everybody, it is 11:43. Here comes something. We're here at Frontage Road crossing in Plant City, Florida. Here we go, guys. Here we go, guys.
Here we go. Well, you set them off, so no, wasted it. I can't give you that much credit, didn't you? Yes, you did. That's right, old. Isn't that awesome? Lovely. Oh, I'm happy Easter to you all. Alright, brother. Here we go. We'll take a good one coming in shortly.
Alright, 11:48 a.m. That was CSX G575, which is a grain train, a southbound, from whatever reason, from like Chicago, I think, to Tampa, Florida. So, I think that'll be it for now, though, because I don't think we're getting any other S-line actions here, unfortunately, unless there's something coming out of Tampa, though. It's possible, though, but I don't think it's possible. But other than that, that will be it for now. Thank you for watching. Well, at least for now, though, because we might have more than one trains coming, so... Alright, here we go. Alright, just in time. Here comes Amtrak. The southbound Floridian, PO 41.
South had clear. Plant City hold out and clear. Then no lock, no.
Alright, 12:02 p.m. That was Amtrak PO 41, the southbound Floridian train from Chicago to Miami. I don't know why I said Miami at first. Well, yep, he's on his way to Tampa, and eventually, as usual, he'll be coming back a little bit of an hour later.
91 engine 75 South has cleared both ends of Cherry.
And let's see if we can pick up the defect detector from here, though sometimes we may not be able to. But let's see, though. I'm going to pause it until the defect detector goes off. Alright, defect detector audio is going off now. I don't know if we're going to be able to pick it up or not. Yeah, we just picked it up a little bit. Alright, that'll be it for now. As you can see, Palmer Street crossing is activated very odd for some reason. I don't know why. Crossing's been down for like 2 minutes here, and the gate hasn't gone back up yet. All the other crossings are up, except for this crossing. And no, we don't have anything lined up at all because we don't have any trains coming on this track. Okay, it just timed out. I don't know why this crossing's still malfunctioning to this day, though. I've been calling them many times, but they just didn't answer. So I don't know why this crossing's malfunctioning like every time. Still haven't heard anything on the radio yet. From any desk or whatever. I don't hear anything on the radio yet, though. Alright. There it goes again. This is the second time it's been activated. And JF is going off.
Thanks, JF. Dispatcher, Jasper, Circle.
It's probably Amtrak that just got into Tampa.
Yes, we have a swinger. Hold on. Communication. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently it's been doing it for like 15 minutes every time here once everything has kept going off repeatedly, like on and off, like after the train passes when it goes towards Tampa. It's kind of odd. They're gonna go around here. Even though they could have turned left here, though. They could have turned left. Because Collins Street is up. I don't know why. Eventually it will time out. Again, as you can see, we have a red signal. Nobody's coming. But eventually, Amtrak is coming back from Tampa. So hopefully, maybe when it comes back, hopefully it might fix the problem. Hopefully. And hopefully it won't do that again, though, hopefully. Because if this keeps up, though, we're probably going to have to call it in. So, I don't know what to deal with this situation. With this crossing malfunction. Yeah, still have a red signal, but nothing's coming though. Surprised they haven't timed out just yet. Oh, there it goes. It just timed out. Apparently a ghost train, as far as I'm concerned. A lot of those drivers are getting angry too. Okay, it just timed out again. I don't know what's going on. That was interesting. Not to mention, Amtrak is coming back from Tampa as well, so I don't think I need to call it in though, but I might have to do it anyways though. But maybe after the Amtrak train goes by, hopefully they will fix itself. Because I've seen them on YouTube, how the crossing fixes itself after the train passes the other side of the island circuit. Between those motion detectors, so hopefully they will actually fix itself once Amtrak comes back from Tampa. So we'll see that though, because that signal I'll show you in just a moment. It's probably displaying it clear now. They're going back up again because they just timed out. That signal is still red though, but eventually that's going to change to a different signal aspect though. Once Amtrak gets lined up through TN again. So hopefully hopefully this train will fix the motion detectors here at the crossing here, so hopefully it shouldn't be a big deal. Should have a signal any second now, because Amtrak is about to depart Tampa in about 5 minutes, apparently. You're just waiting for the JF to answer because they have to line them up again and have a authority tracks. Not just that, but track warrants as well through on this stretch of this A line. So yeah, they need higher priority other than other trains though. The only things they need to stop by is like a coal train or even a ethanol if it's fully. So the other train can keep going. Which that causes a little bit of delay. But you know that's how it is though in Plant City. Because I seen it once on that one coal train that Amtrak had to stop right over there for that coal train to clear. Luckily it wasn't too long, so. And the malfunction goes off again. Like I said, there's not even a train nearby, as far as I'm concerned. Alright, Amtrak number 41, Amtrak PO41 just left the Tampa station already, so eventually they will get a signal in just a moment. Once the JF answers, though. I did not hear anything on the radio for a while though, but it's just been kind of a little bit quiet apparently from time to time. Also, there is another train coming on the Yeoman sub eventually, which is B661, which is an ethanol train from, I believe, Chicago, all the way to Tampa though. I haven't heard the Bushnell's defect detector for that guy yet though, because I can actually pick up the Bushnell DD from over here on my phone. Because Bushnell is like about an hour from here. Once it goes over the Bushnell's DD, that means I have a good opportunity to get over there before, well, get down to here though, before it's too late. If we do get like an actual southbound on this track here, along the Yeoman sub. But yeah. But we still don't have a signal yet though, but eventually it's going to change in a moment. And yes, the crossing is still down here. It's been down for like 3.5 minutes already. But the gate hasn't gone back up just yet though. I don't know what's causing the malfunctioning. Because like I said, hopefully when Amtrak goes over this crossing here and when it passes, hopefully it will fix itself, hopefully. Once he gets lined up. Because right now we still don't have a signal yet though, but eventually, in a few minutes or seconds, it will change to a clear signal. Okay, it just timed out again. Also, Warnell Street is also malfunctioning too. Way down there, just past Lake Street. The gates are down at Warnell Street, not Lake Street, because Lake Street is right over there. Just on the other side of this diamond. But Warnell Street is also malfunctioning as well. JF going off. So hopefully they will answer in just a moment, and hopefully we'll get to see the signal flipped up. And it's going off again. Hooray! Okay, should be Amtrak lining up now because the JF just went off.
Number 9, 901, 19, Amtrak, 750, North Oldham, all set. Off with a 0.7 and in, and that's 1303,
Okay, should have a signal in just a minute now. They said have a great trip, so here comes the signal now, and here it comes now. I don't know if you can see it now, but the signal just flipped. Should go to clear in a moment. So yep, now we got a clear signal. But the crossing is still down here. As well as Worn Out Street, because Worn Out Street is also malfunctioning as well. The gate's going back down again. They just went back up and it went back down again. Yes, I know, that clear signal there. Huh. Huh. Okay, the other crossings are going off again. This time Lake Street is also activated too for some reason. For some reason, he's not even close yet. Everett Street is malfunctioning too, as well as Wheeler Street. However, the only one that's not malfunctioning is Palmer Street, number 2. Which is very odd. But Amtrak is almost here as well. And I just heard him on the radio. So, hopefully once he clears through Plant City, hopefully all the other crossings will time out. Well, go back up and reset. Excuse me. So, we'll see what happens when Amtrak comes by. Again, it's the same train again, coming back from Tampa. Alright, defect detector going off now for Amtrak PO41 coming back from Tampa. Should go off again. The other crossing's just timed out. The only one that did not deactivate is Palmer Street.
Detector, milepost 864.9, no defect. Repeat, no defect. Total excellent 48. Detector out. Good effect 91, clear, something sure.
Wheeler and Palmer Everett Street is malfunctioning again. They're going back down again. Maybe if it's gonna stay down, they're probably if the gate's gonna stay down like that for Amtrak, that would have been really interesting. Lake Street didn't activate yet. I would have been heard the mechanical bells. Alright guys, it is 1:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here comes Amtrak PO41, the southbound Floridian train from Chicago to Miami. I think I see Asher too. Hurry up. Alright guys, here we go. Here comes Amtrak PO40.
I brought some water this time.
Okay. And yes, Palmer Street crossing is still down, so we're not going to be able to hear the bells activating here once he gets close to us. And there goes Wheeler and Everett Street activation again. But yeah, this is kind of like a nightmare here, honestly. Here he comes. .25 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That was the Amtrak PO41, the southbound Floridian train from Chicago, Illinois to Miami, Florida. And surprisingly, the crossing hasn't timed out, which I'm surprised, though. Normally, they would have been going back up after the train passes, but that was weird. Alright, everybody, it is 2:51 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We're here at Lake Street Crossing in Plant City, Florida. And the reason why we're here at Lake Street is because we actually have M452. We have a M452 that's coming our way. Is that an ice cream truck like I'm hearing? Yeah. Interesting. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, but this signal is displaying a slow clear. Red over green. So yeah, we do have M452s coming our way, coming from Winston to Waycross, Georgia, as usual. But anyways, we're gonna set up here at this crossing here to watch M452, and also B661 just passed Bush now, just a little bit ago, but he's probably gonna be stopping at Date City to let this guy go past, or Ellerslie, depending. But other than that, let's set up for M452, the northbound mixed train from Miami, Florida to Waycross, Georgia. Alright, everybody, current time is 3 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. Here comes M452, the northbound mixed train from Miami, Florida to Waycross, Georgia. He's getting close already, but then eventually he's gonna slow down because of the slow clear here. But we'll be right back when he gets close.
This is X3291 approach slow, Plant City connection. Northbound now. 3291, slow clear, Bandler Junction, connection track to the main, northbound now.
It's too risky. Yeah, too risky. Comes the auto rack. There's a car coming.
Clear 6 south. Plant City, northbound.
Alright everybody, it was M452 at 3:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time from Miami, Florida to Waycross, Georgia. Alright, it is 4:23 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We've been waiting for a little bit here. It is Sunday, April 20th, 2025. We're here at the Plant City Interlocking here along the Yeoman Sub. And we do have a train coming on the Yeoman Sub. This is twice in one day. So here comes a ethanol train, B661, all the way to Tampa, Florida. I don't know which train it came from, but I'm gonna have to take a look. So here we go. Go. The end of train device just went off, but the defect detector just went off too. So here he comes. Also, after this,
What number of 93720? 93720. Today's 8042025.
We got Amtrak coming as well.
70.8. 29220 Amtrak 116. Our worst for July 18. Hopping on main track, south direction from NES 10 main to the milepost A81.7 main track.
6115 clear, place interlock southbound 715.
That was CSX B661, the southbound ethanol train to Tampa, Florida. Now the next train is Amtrak though, because it just departed Lakeland as soon as the train hit the interlock. So here comes Amtrak Floridian northbound. Alright, we're in a different position here for Amtrak number PO40, the northbound Floridian train here. So he'll be here momentarily because, like I said, it just departed as soon as this train has went over the diamond here. The Plant City airlock in here. So in a moment we should be able to see Amtrak. And I think I hear him. Which means he is getting close to Plant City. Yep, here he comes. Alright guys, here comes Amtrak P040, the northbound Floridian train from Miami, Florida to Chicago, Illinois. So here he comes, Amtrak number 40, the P040 train. So here he comes now. After just 5 minutes after this train has cleared the Plant City airlocking, which it was B661.
116 south, got a clear. Plant City hold out, Plant City interlock.
Alright, there goes Amtrak P040, the northbound Floridian train. On its way to Tampa, and it's going to be coming back as usual. Alright, that'll be it for now. But let's see if we can try to pick up the defect detector. See if we can try to pick up the defect detector from here. I don't know if we can or not, but let's see. Alright, it should have been going over the defect detector in a second. I don't know if we're going to be able to pick it up or not. And the malfunctioning continues. Ever Street is malfunctioning too. As well as Wheeler as well. Unfortunately, guys, we could not pick up the defect detector from here, so oh well. Alright, the crossing is going off again. This continues here. So, yeah, this is not good. And yes, I did call it in, by the way. It was working just fine earlier. As soon as Amtrak just went by the other way, and the same process happens again. So again, I have already called it in to CSX, so So hopefully they will send someone out here and fix it, hopefully. Again, this crossing's activated for some reason. I don't know why. Which it is pretty unusual. Real quick. Alright, it is 5:51 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Been waiting here for a little bit. Here comes I-144, the Sunday train from Tampa, Florida to Jacksonville, Duval Yard in Florida. He's just at Cherry, South End. So he'll be here momentarily. Alright, he just said clear north into Cherry now. Been waiting for a little bit until he said clear north into Cherry, but now he's almost here.
Oh, that's a good horn.
It's 5:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time right now. And Amtrak is coming back as well as soon as that defect detector went off at Dover. So let's watch I-144 and then possibly after that Amtrak, and then we'll probably wrap it up because I don't think we have anything else coming after that. So let's catch this guy. Here he comes, I-144 from Tampa to Jacksonville. The crossing is working just fine. o'clock. Oh, and the malfunction again. And it just shut off like almost immediately. Anyways, that was I-144, the Sunday train from Tampa, Florida to Jacksonville, Duval Yard in Florida. And the next train is Amtrak, coming back from Tampa. Alright. Now Now we can see, we can try to get the signal indication here, if it goes to restricting or not, or if it just goes to a yellow approach like almost instant. The Amtrak is lined up through Plant City, if it says otherwise. I don't know if this is true or what, but this is pretty much possible for another train. Alright. The signal just flipped to a yellow approach. This time it's Amtrak's turn to go through Plant City. And like I said, this will be the last train I'm going to be catching here. Other than that, that will be it. Alright, here comes Amtrak PO40 coming back from Tampa at 6:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This will be the last train that I'm going to be catching until that'll be it. Oh, excuse me. So here comes Amtrak PO40, the northbound Floridian train. And the signal maintainers are there too at Palmer Street because it was malfunctioning earlier. So they're trying to fix it as soon as possible. But right now they had to stop temporarily because of Amtrak is getting close. So let's watch. There you go. "6:20 p.m. Here comes, well, there goes Amtrak PO40, the northbound Floridian train from Miami to Chicago, Illinois. I think that will be it for now. Thank you for watching. Alright, everybody, it is 5:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The current date is April 25th, 2025, here in Plant City, Florida. And we got something unusual because we do have a signal lined up right now through Plant City because we have, like I said, a southbound train coming because I did saw a clear signal when I was trying to get down here, as usual.
So you gonna use the magnet?
So,
Park it next to that grapple is.
shut up. So he'll be here momentarily. Surprisingly, I haven't heard the defect detector yet. But we do got something lined, and also aisle 44 is coming out as well at the same time. Other than that, Amtrak is also coming as well, but he's not coming until a little bit later on. So I think this train's going to go first, and then aisle 44. We'll see. Apparently, it is B631 actually. At first, I thought it was M441, but no. But I don't think we're going to catch 441 though, unfortunately. But it could be possible though, right after aisle 44, because it's apparently at Bush now, right now, M441. Excuse me. So, again, this is B631, the southbound ethanol train from Bensenville, Illinois to Tampa, Florida. So, I just heard a horn and the EOD chirp is going off, so let's watch.
3118, clear, Chandler Junction, 3118, down.
Yeah, I get you. Put the cabin engine in the pants, north and across, on the north end.
3118, clear, plant new license, 3118, southbound.
0519, that was CSX B631, a ethanol train, fully ethanol train from Bensenville, Illinois to Tampa, Florida. And no foreign powers on this guy though, because normally B631 had foreign powers, but this guy didn't for some reason. But anyways, let's see if we can catch any other train actions here in PC.
21, CSX 3118, clear, market 3118 now.
That'll be it. Alright everybody, it is 6:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We've been waiting for like an hour here. Here comes I-044, the northbound intermodal train from Tampa, Florida to Jacksonville Duval Yard in Florida. He's just going over the defect detector right now at Dover. So he'll be here momentarily. So I don't know how long the axle count will say though, because I could not hear it, but he'll be here in a moment.
Clear north, Cherry North Main.
The YM3, right?
I-04425, CSX T775, clear signal. Plant center locking north on the main. Thank you.
6:19 p.m. That was CSX I-044, a northbound intermodal train from Tampa, Florida to Jacksonville Duval Yard in Florida. So next stop will be Amtrak. Alright everybody, just about a few minutes later, 6:40 p.m. Here comes Amtrak P040, a northbound Floridian train from Miami, Florida to Chicago, Illinois. So he'll be here momentarily. I just heard a horn here, and he'll be here in a few minutes. He's just at distance to Plant City.
Team's got a clear Plant City holdout south on the main. Plant City interlock south on the main.
6:44 p.m. That was Amtrak PO40, the northbound Floridian train. Alright, almost 7 o'clock here, 6:52. Here comes CSX in 452. Oh my God. Oh shoot, I only have a few seconds left. Oh crap. Oh.
Connection was close to Southwest. Northbound. Clear to main, medium clear, Plant City northbound.
Apparently this is not M452. This was L729.
I figured it was L729.
Yep. So that was my mistake there. I don't know which train is it terminating to, because I haven't heard this symbol in a while. Or actually in
I think
person.
it's Boundsland, Georgia, I think.
You think? Maybe. Other than that, that'll be it for now.